There are watches on the planet you shouldn't like that much, but you do. Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim and our topic in this episode is the Tudor Prince Date. Such a lovely combination. But the problem always was Rolex produces this model, this type of watch only in precious metals. So gold or even platinum, and so these watches will just break the bank. They're immensely expensive and they're not very handy because gold can be soft as chocolate. And so the solution always was Tudor, but this means the watches are out of production, and I think production stopped for the European and American market years ago. The production of these classic 36mm models with the Rolex case and this rather lightweight bracelet. They're not longer available here in Europe, not in the United States, but in Asia. And so everybody who wanted to purchase that watch had to buy it in, let's say, Hong Kong or especially Macau. And this, of course, is a bit of a problem. It's not as handy as entering your jeweler's shop and buy the watch like that. And then production stopped for the Asian market as well. And so the last pieces were on the market. And then I checked a German watch forum and I saw this huge debate, 15 pages filled with people who have recently purchased that watch, and they were presenting these watches, all varieties, all versions in two-tone and steel, and the amount bought and presented in that forum was huge, was absurd. And when I first saw this debate, this thread there on this forum, the last pieces were sold. They just literally bought out entire Jetco. I visited the Jetco website, I visited their Chrono24 page, and everything was gone except diamonds. I'm not in favor in diamond. I wanted this particular model, two-tone golden dial with some numerals on it. And then I really thought, oh man, you're too late. Just stupid. And then I checked Chrono24 for other sellers, and I found some of these models I wanted, but the prices were just brutal. But then I found one in Sydney, Australia, Sydney. And my reference, Box and Papers, first bought in December 2021. Private seller, reasonable price, and I thought, that's my watch, absolutely. And then I contacted the seller, his name was Stuart, lives near Sydney, as said, and I didn't want to negotiate over the quality of the watch. It's a great piece, we all know this. And so I said, look, I have to pay a lot of customs for the watch because I'm located in Germany. And then he was very creative. I mean, the mates from Australia, they are always in favor of a handy, quick solution. And then he said, look, I can't just forget a digit on the bill, so a 0 at the end. And I said, good idea, but I cannot do it because I have to deal with customs regularly. And because of my YouTube channel, Caseback Watches, so I don't want to get in trouble with them. And then he said, Caseback Watches, you're Tim from Germany? No way, I'm a subscriber of your channel. I watch your programs for years. And he was so kind and friendly, he stopped negotiating, he accepted my offer, which was pretty okay, I must say. And then he shipped the watch in 1 week to Germany, and it was, everything was there. It was mint condition, box and papers, hang tag, extra links for the bracelet. It was just perfect. And so, Stuart, when you're watching this right now, thanks again, my friend, for this very swift and kind and hassle-free transaction. This was a dream. A dream came true with this purchase here. I cannot stop staring at the watch. Okay, and before we go on the Lightbox, as always, little invitation for new viewers. Every Friday I do these longer videos with watches in the studio, and every Monday then it's time for Watch of the Week, brief reviews of recently introduced timepieces. And if you don't want to miss any form of content here, then please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you get your notifications. And now let's carry on. Now let's go in the Lightbox. Let's check out the Tudor two-tone date. And there we are with our Tudor Prince Date, and this is the reference 76213. The measurements here are 36 millimeters is the case diameter, length lug to lug is 43.5, height only 10 millimeters, and the lug width is 20. We have a sapphire crystal, and inside is the ETA movement 2834-2 with a power reserve of 38 hours. And you find a lot of varieties from this model here. You find it only with indices, so without numerals. You find it with diamonds. You find different dial structures. But for me, this is the way to go. But this is, of course, only taste. This is my personal choice. I really love it. The combination here of numerals and indices, and overall this clean dial with gold tone and the sunburst effect. Note that the legibility is not super great, but I don't think that you own this watch only to read the time, right? So gold elements here are now the crown, the bezel, and here this is not plated, this is solid. So there you have your gold. And of course it's not super robust, so you have to take it easy a bit with that watch. But it's slender enough that it goes easily under your shirt cuff, for example, and so it's not really a problem. And I will not use stickers. Stickers for me is an absolute no-go. You know, those plastic stickers to protect the gold here, the gold links. No way. And you see that the case form is really vintage Rolex. Absolutely, one-to-one. See this? Also with drilled lug holes like you have on several Datejusts. And so this is really the Rolex look with this brushing here on the lugs and the high polished sides here. So very, very, very nice. And you see this watch is practically new. And so you see that the bezel is 100% intact. This changes over some years. Then the edges are a bit rounder, which has its charm too. But it's also nice to have this watch brand new. Here's the Tudor logo. And now let's discuss a bit the bracelet. I love the contrast between metal and gold. That's why I bought that watch. And I really like this bracelet. It's very vintage. Very vintage. It's lightweight, and it has a very simple friction clasp. There you are. This is the typical friction clasp we know from vintage Rolex models as well. But here you have the Tudor logo on it, brushed clasp, and so a very classy, neat look. Many people hate it because they say this is not state of the art. This is not state of modern technology. And you know what? 100% true, but I just like it. And back to the die, I also love, of course, that you have this classic combination of day and date. And the day in this wonderful form in this window here. So just a decent combination, which gives you, of course, a bit the feeling of a president or CEO of some big enterprises, and so really nice look. And the watch is versatile as hell. I mean, this is a bit loud here. This is a bit red light district. This is a bit pimpy, but you can use the watch easily with a leather strap. Here you have a quarter-band leather strap I was wearing a couple of weeks to make sure if it's right, because I want these quarter-band straps again for the shop. And this is just a really nice look. Imagine this on the wrist, white shirt, and then this strap with the watch. I mean, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I'm really looking forward to put it on leather, but now I'm enjoying this still a bit more. Okay, operating the watch is luckily not very complicated. You could imagine, with those complications here, but it's simple. You have, of course, a screw-down crown. By the way, excuse my hands, as always, I work with ink, and it's very hard to rub it off. So, screw-down crown, relatively small crown, and let's move the hands out of the way with position 2, Hackable movement. There you go. And now with position 1, very easy. You can cycle through the date, and counterclockwise is for the day. There you are. Very simple, very nice, very handy. And then you close the watch again, and you're good to go. The movement, by the way, is not a chronometer. This is handy in the Datejust. There you have your chronometer, absolute precise watches. And the ATA here is a well-regulated, high-quality movement, but it can gain or lose your 10 seconds a day, and this is completely normal. This is not a big deal. And there we are. There we are with the beauty on the wrist. 17 centimeter wrist, 36 millimeters, 10 millimeter high. Bright yellow shirt, not perfect with my pale skin, but in the summer it will look just great. And you see, perfectly wearable. this piece when it comes to size, and it isn't so powerful an impact as you may think. So it's not 100% red light district. You can pass for normal with that watch, I think. But maybe this is only the perspective of a watch geek, and my neighbors will say, that guy went loco. Okay, welcome back. Just in case you want to purchase that watch too, what can you do now? I mean, they are discontinued all over the planet right now. And so what's the best way to handle that problem? And I think the best way is to find a company like Jetco. As said, Jetco is sold out. But there are, of course, other companies in Asia which you can contact and you can ask for your favorite reference. And I think chances are high that here and there you still find those watches. Second solution, Chrono 24. Some of those prices are crazy, but you have to keep in mind those are asking prices. So the guys there, they want to sell you the watch, so you can make an offer, and chances are high that when the offer is reasonable, then yeah, you have your watch there. Last possibility are watch forums. I mean, so many people have bought this watch in the last month. And I think it is a watch for watch nerds and watch geeks. And watch nerds and watch geeks are located often in forums, in watch forums. And you can bet that in the following weeks, a month, you will find some of these watches on watch forums at reasonable prices, because for the seller, it's cheap to sell there. They don't have to pay a fee in any form. And so the tendency is that prices there on forums are lower than on Chrono 24, for example. Okay, and this was my review of, I think, the best watch purchase I've done in years. And when you want to see that watch with different garments and suits and in different environments, then please follow me on Instagram. It's caseback_Tim. And now let me thank you very much for your attention, and until next time.